Hey, how we doing, y'all? Welcome into Bobaleeky Speaky, man. I hope everybody's doing well on this Saturday. I'm having a day where I I'm trying to kill somebody. I'm trying to take somebody out. That's kind of how I'm feeling right now. I'm just agitated. I'm just angry. I just want to see the world burn. That's just kind of the mindset that I'm in right now. So don't give me a match or I'll do something crazy to the world. So I'm kind of just like in that type of mood. I think it's a nicotine withdrawal. I think that's kind of what the problem is. I let go of the vape, man. It's been a day. It's been one day. It's been 24 hours, man. And my arm is itching. I'm agitated. I can't sit still. I'm getting mad at people. Some girl, I was going to the grocery store, man. I was doing all right early, and then, I'm going the speed limit, and then this fucking old, wrinkly bitch, she rides up on me, passes me, and then cuts me off right in front. And it pissed me off. I just rode her. I rode her for about 3 blocks. And, I was thinking about continuing to follow her to see where she ended up, and then we'll see. I was thinking about following her for longer, but it was my stop, and I was like, all right, I gotta let her go. But I rode her for a couple blocks, and I was just mad. I was just angry. I got into the grocery store. I'm looking for my meat. Some guy stands right next to me. I'm like, why? Why did you stand right next to me? What do you want? He just wanted some meat too. He was looking for some meat where I was looking. I forget that it's a communal grocery store. And so, I walk out of like, damn, why do I think that why is everybody irritating me today? It's the nicotine. Or lack of, I should say. The vape. The vapeur. For all you French friends out there. The vapeur. But yeah, man, so it's like that's kind of the type of day it's been. And so I was like debating yesterday before I got rid of them. I'm like, all right, where do I throw this thing out? Because it's like, I don't want to throw this thing out I didn't want to throw it out in my garbage because I've had some bad moments in my life. I've had some moments where I'll get rid of a vape and then I'll dig in the garbage and get it. And like a couple hours later, excuse me. So yeah, so I didn't want to. So I was thinking about putting it in the neighbor's trash can, but I was like, if I do that, I don't want them to be waking up in the middle of the night, hear somebody rummaging through their trash can. They look out. I'm just standing in their trash can, and all you see is the little light of the vape turn on, and I'm just standing there. And I got like a banana peel on my head. I got like dirt and garbage all over me. Man, I just don't want to look like that. I don't want to look like that guy. I was getting coffee the other day and I saw this guy. This guy runs up to me and he's like, sir. And I'm thinking his wife is either giving birth or she's about to die. And he looks at me and I'm like, oh, he needs something serious. And he's like, do you got $5? And I was like, nah. He's like, you got a cigarette? I'm like, nah. I had the vape, but I wasn't going to let him hit that though. It looked like he had herpes. So I wasn't going to let him touch that with those lips. Those lips, I don't know where those lips have been. They looked a little crusty. I didn't want it. So then I leave. I start walking away. He starts walking away. And I turn back and I see brother is on the ground. He's grabbing butts. He's grabbing butts off the ground, lighting these butts. Cigarette butts. And it just made me feel something. I just felt so dirty. I felt so bad. I felt sorry for him. But what I really felt was this feeling of, oh my God, that could be me in 20 years. That could be me in 20 years, man. And in that moment, I was like, I got to take care of this. I got to take care of this nicotine problem. And yeah, so that's what got me thinking. I think that's what got me thinking. I've been feeling like trash. I've been feeling like I'm going through menopause. Anybody who's going through menopause out there, like I don't wish that on anybody. I don't wish menopause on my worst enemy. It getting hot flashes and stuff like that. Like that's what it felt like with this vape. I would just get these hot flashes and just nothing would get rid of it. I found out that there was this party mode on it. This is what really sent me over the top. I found out there was this party mode. I switched there was a little switch at the bottom. I switched it over all the way to one side and this spaceship turns on. And I'm thinking, let's blast off, baby. Let's go. Let's get that Neil Armstrong going and suck on this thing. You know, one giant step for man, one giant suck for mankind. I don't know what the fuck that was. But, you know, I sucked that thing in and we blasted off. It felt, you know, it was, you know, but it, you know, so we blasted off and it was good for a second. But then while it's still in me, I'm like, Houston, we got a problem. We've got a problem in these lungs because it was too much, man. It was too much. And I let it go. I looked like Thomas the Tank Engine when he's going really fast, just choo 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 choo, and it's coming up all the steam. I looked like a oil refinery or some sort of like place where they do chemicals and shit with the steam and all that stuff coming out. Like that's what my mouth looked like, man. I let that go and it was just regret. It was just regret. It was PVC. It was PVC post vape clarity. I just was like, damn. Why did we do that? I got too excited when I saw that spaceship emblem on there. I was like, let's get it. But it got me hot, it got me red, it got me nauseous, and I'm just thinking to myself, like, man, I got to get off of this thing. We got to let it go. And so that's what I did. I was like, F it. Right after I took that, I was like, look, you know, and then I started getting some American pride, and I was like, you know, fuck this, like, little Chinese device. You know, it's like, oh, why am I sucking on this Chinese vapor? I want American made. So I threw it out. And every time I go outside now, it's in the trash can. I didn't really think it through because I did it before. I did it a day after trash day. I threw this thing out a day after trash day. So he's sitting at the bottom of that thing all alone. There's no garbage on him. It's not like he's nasty or anything. He's sitting there just clean still. I could probably go and grab it and do it, and there would be nothing on it. So every time I'd be walking outside, I'd be hearing him in the trash can. Hey, Sam. Hey, Sam. Why'd you throw me out? We weren't finished yet. Come and get me. That's what I hear, and I just can't. I can't go get him. But yeah, so that's how the week has been, man. And it really made me do some like real reflecting. I did some real reflecting on it. It was this thing of like, why do you feel like you have to vape? Why do you feel like you got to do all this stuff, man? And it's just I think what I kind of came to for a lot of stuff is just it's hard for me to stand still. It's hard for me to sit still. I feel like I need to be doing something. I think that's how a lot of us are, man. It's like, you know how you just like subconsciously pull up your phone and you don't even know. Sometimes you're on your phone and you're just scrolling back and forth between the home pages. And you're like, what the fuck am I doing? And it's kind of like that in a way of like, I feel like I just need to distract myself, because if I know that if I sit alone with my thoughts, I don't like what I see. I don't like what I experience. I think everybody's like that. But I realize that's the reason that I think I do it. But it's like the only way to deal with this stuff is to sit in it. And I've been realizing that it's like, man, I always be complaining that, you know, I don't see the universe. I don't see God show up in my life. But it's like, do I give him an avenue to do that? Do I give it an avenue to come through that energy? I put a veil up. With all this stuff. If it's the vape or whatever it is, I put this veil between me and the divine, and it's like I got to do what I can to thin that veil out as much as possible because I want to hear. I want to hear. And it's like I got to force myself to sit still. And I have to force myself to get through that moment of uncomfortable with being still. And I've just done everything that I can to avoid it with the vape, with food, with entertainment, whatever, like gambling, whatever. Like there's just so many things that I realize that I do because I'm trying to avoid being still because I'm too scared to be still because I'm worried that I'm worried about what I'm going to hear. I'm worried about what I'm going to see. Because it's like, even though you want to connect to the divine, you want to connect to God, it's like, I can't predict what is going to happen. I can't predict what's going to be said to me. And sometimes I get worried about that. Like, what if I get called to do something and I don't want to do it? But it's like, well, the universe told me, God told me I got to do it. So it's a little bit of that. It's a little bit of, I don't like where my brain goes when it isn't distracted. Again, everybody's like that, I believe. It's like I don't want to be thinking about the past. I don't want to be thinking about moments that I don't want to be thinking about. But like, you got to do it because you got to train your brain to be able to be still. And the only way to train it to be still is by getting through that time, that moment of your brain's everywhere. It's just freaking out. It's thinking about the past. It's thinking about what it has to do. It's thinking about the future. And if you can get past that, then that's going to be it's going to be liberating after that. But it's about getting through that first. And I'm scared to get through it. I'm scared to go through that doorway. It's funny, I know what's on the other side of the doorway. I'm still scared to go through it. But yeah. So, I mean, that's been this week though, man. But you know what? We took the first step. We took the first step and threw that bitch out. And now he's laying in that garbage and he can fuck him. Right? So that's how I feel. That's how I feel. And I'm just agitated today, man. I'm just annoyed at everything. And it's like, that's not good either. If like I'm feeling that, it's like, you know, you got to really get off that thing. It's really affecting your energy. Starting to realize that energy is like the most valuable resource in this world because it's like energy is what's going to make you work hard to get what you want. Energy is what's going to give you the motivation. It's going to make you do whatever it is that you need to do. It's like, if you ask me for one thing that I could have more of, it's energy. And it's like I could have that energy if I wouldn't just waste it. And I've been wasting it. But yeah. So anyway, that's kind of how this week's been going. And you know, there's some lessons learned. There's always been lessons learned, and that's the beauty of all this, man. It's like I could look at this experience with the vape of, damn, it's setting me back, or I can look at it as, hey, you know, I'm learning new stuff. I'm learning each time I fall, I'm learning something. You know, each time that stallion kicks me in the stomach and I fall, I learn how to not fall next time, or I just learn some deeper spiritual, or even if it's not spiritual, just something deep in me. Always learn something, man. Always take a lesson. Always take a lesson out of that. But yeah, man. So anyway, so that's been my week. So we will see what happens. I don't think I'm gonna fall. I don't think I'm gonna fall. I don't think so. I think I feel pretty good about it. But we will find out. We will see, man. I just don't want to be diving through because I've been diving. I mean, I've dumpster dived for the vapes, man. Like, I've dug through garbage bags, man. I've not had pretty moments. I'll be digging through tampons and digging through toilet paper just to get to a vape that at the bottom of the bag there's floss with blood on it. And I'm like, fuck it, I need it. It's sick. It's sick. You know, it's like, what would you what would you do? Like, what are you willing to do for a little bit of menthol, man? Like, that's, I think, what's scary. It's really scary. It's like if a guy was like, hey, man, like, I got some menthol in my mouth, would I kiss the guy? Would I make out with a dude because he's got a little bit of menthol that he could give me if we make out? Like, I guess, like, for me, like, when you are addicted to something, it's like, how far will I go for it? How far would I go? You know, if he had a little bit of menthol on his belly button, it's like if I sucked on his belly button, some menthol would come out. Like, would I do it? And it's crazy that I'm sitting here right now saying I don't know. I don't know. I could. You could very well see me at a party, at a concert, just with my mouth on some guy's belly button. If that's what happens when you know what I'm saying? Like, if the vapor came out. If I saw myself, if I saw the future, if I got brought to it and I saw myself doing that, I would just say, not surprised. I'm not surprised. I don't think anything would shock me. And that's scary. And that's sad. And it needs to change, man. So we're going to change it. So that's what's happened. We're doing good. We got off of it. It's been 24 hours, man. So we will see what is up. I totally forgot, man. I told y'all that I was going to be doing Tuesdays and Saturdays. Tuesday was busy, so I wasn't able to make something. But I'm going to stay on that schedule. So I will have something up this upcoming Tuesday. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video today. I love you. God bless you. Bye-bye.